It's an exciting start. I mean, obviously, it's a brand new thing for us and kind of re-energizing, for as a coach and as a coaching staff. There's some uneasiness about going into it with brand new kids and nobody really knows expectations. We've never even kind of practiced a game start or a game pregame or a pregame conference, any of that stuff. But I think the kids are really, really eager for this, and our coaching staff is as well.
You've been here since April 2nd. How has your preseason preparation gone?
Yeah, I think when you're used to things working because you have some older kids, I mean, this has been a little bit different for us. But at the same point, anytime things get frustrating, I think you have to look back and kind of really appreciate and thank the players for how far they've come. From a skill set, from a being engaged, energy, everything from what they look like back in April to what we look like now. Night and day, and couldn't be more thankful and appreciative for the work that they've put in. We have a lot more work to do, but we really have come a long way, leaps and bounds in the last 6 months.
You're starting the season. Do you start with the full cupboard in terms of installation, or are you still in the process of doing that?
It's a great question. I think we kind of went at it and not trying to give our players too much, but at the same point, I think that they were really grasping onto things. So I think there's not any fewer things that we have installed right now than maybe we would if we were at a different place after being there for a few years. And that's a credit to our players, because like I said, we probably wouldn't have as many things in right now when we were playing this 2 months ago, but they really have jumped on board, and I think there's an appetite for even more from this group.
What will be the strengths of this year's team?
I think the strengths are, just an open flowing system. I think our players really have gravitated and grasped the whole spacing and able to put the ball on the floor. I think hopefully getting a few more looks from three. 6 months ago, the way we were shooting the basketball, we probably couldn't have played this style. But I think our players have really worked at it. I think we're a much improved shooting team. That's got to be proven come game situations, but I think that could be something, just the opening of the floor and hopefully getting out and scoring a few more points this season.
I would think the mixing and matching is tough because you have 15, 16, 17 players, and you have to learn the tendencies and how they play together, and you haven't had a lot of time to do that.
Right. I think for everything that we've asked of them to kind of learn and kind of get an understanding of what we're doing, I think we've also had to do the same as a coaching staff. This is still trying to figure out some rotations and still trying to figure out who works best together. That's probably going to still be a little bit of a learning process for us as a staff, a little bit for the players. But again, I think we all think we know what we think of our players right now, but obviously when the lights come on, things can change.
You open tomorrow night against UNCG. They're picked 5th in the Southern Conference. They have 2 very good players.
They've got a lot of great players. I know they have the 2 kind of at the top and receiving some preseason honors, and for a team to have the leading scorer in the conference coming back, I think that's crazy. This day and age, to be honest with you, I know there can't be a lot of schools out there that have 5 returning starters. They've actually got a kid coming back from an injury from last year. So I don't think there's any other schools out there that have 6 returning starters on their roster right now. Probably some of the exact opposite of us right now. They probably know that system very, very well. They know playing off of each other very, very well. A little bit of contrasting of styles, but I think that's the big thing. A lot more of experience on their end, but they're also just tough and physical. I think I've really enjoyed watching the way that they play, how hard they compete, especially around the basket. I think we're going to have our hands full trying to keep them away from second shots.
Final question: what do you want to see out of your team in their first game?
I think we've talked a lot about the energy component. I think sometimes when you go out there and it's your first game of the season, for some of the young kids, maybe their first game at this level, for them, it's the first game under this coaching staff. You want to see things gel. You want to see an enthusiasm, and I think sometimes it's going to be natural to go out and be cautious. And I think that's the exact opposite that we want. Maybe we're not going to be as clean as we will be come February. But I want the energy to be there. I want the chemistry to be there. Hopefully that enthusiasm will translate to maybe some transition buckets on our end.